News at 4 begins now.
If he's going to hit one of us, I wanted him to hit me.
Last week, a driver hit this Lewiston dad and his 10-year-old son, Philip. The boy was riding his bike on the street when the car sped down the neighborhood road. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney is off today. His father had just tuned up his bike ahead of his birthday, and they went out to take it for a ride. Well, Chris Pitaro says he could hear the car coming their way at a high speed, and that's when his father instincts kicked in, and he jumped in the street to stop the car. The car, though, did not stop. It hit Chris and his son. Philip suffered a skull fracture from that hit and run, and the dad was also in the hospital but is doing better now, even though he says he is now living a parent's worst nightmare.
It's been a nightmare. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to function. I'm trying to stay strong for Philip. He's really a strong boy. I'm very proud of him.
Well, Lewiston police arrested the driver about an hour and a half after the incident was reported. Police say the 20-year-old suspect was under the influence and speeding when he hit Philip and his dad. So coming up on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight, our Amanda Rowley will share more of this father's emotional account of what happened that day.
Breaking news from earlier today, Washington State University will be requiring students to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 if they want to attend classes on campus this fall. The announcement was made earlier today and will go into effect on August 6th, and it applies to all campuses within the WSU system. Our own Ian Smay is live in the newsroom tonight with more on how this will be enforced and what campus life will look like in the fall. Ian.
That's right. As you said, that requirement goes into effect on August 6th, a little more than 2 weeks before the start of classes on August 23rd. One big thing to note, the requirement is for people to be fully vaccinated, not just going through the vaccine process. So people will need to be 2 weeks removed from their final shot, regardless of which brand they get. WSU spokesperson Phil Weiler told me earlier today that this will apply to all faculty and students who want to attend classes or programs of any kind on a university campus. So far, he says feedback on the rule has been positive, as many employees, students, and parents of students said they were uncomfortable with them or their kids going back to the classroom if a vaccine requirement wasn't in place. All of this is an attempt by WSU to make the fall look as normal as possible.
Yeah, if we can get everybody vaccinated, we're going to be able to have very close to a completely normal kind of academic experience. You know, we intend to have face-to-face classes. The vast majority of our courses are going to be fully face-to-face. We want to be able to have fans in the stands for football, for basketball, for volleyball, all those indoor kinds of sports.
Now, even with the requirement, there will be exemptions available. Those include medical, religious, and personal exemptions, which Weiler said the university will require proof for. He added that WSU already requires proof of other vaccines, such as the MMR vaccine. But starting November 1st, WSU says those with exemptions may be required to take regular COVID-19 tests and face other COVID-19 health measures. Weiler said this will be based on CDC guidelines and guidance from Governor Jay Inslee's office. Weiler also said the university is going to continue working with the local health district on vaccine drives and helping students get fully vaccinated. He estimated that here soon, the university will have helped at least 3,000 people get vaccinated, and the university doesn't plan on stopping its vaccine efforts anytime soon. If you want to know what the fall term will look like and what other universities in our area are planning on doing, you can text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000 and we'll send that info to your phone. For now, back to you guys.
Ian, thank you very much. Well, some good news about the COVID-19 vaccines. People over the age of 65 who are vaccinated are 9 times less likely to be hospitalized with COVID than unvaccinated adults at that same age. That's according to the Washington State Department of Health during their press conference today. Health officials provided more insight on the latest statistics of the shot's effectiveness. Here's what they had to say.
Those individuals who are above the age of 65 who are unvaccinated are 9.7 times higher, almost 10 times higher, the rate that we are seeing of hospitalizations for those who are not vaccinated. I think this is really underscores the point of why vaccines work.
Well, there we go. All right, well, get ready because temperatures are rising across the inland Northwest. Tom, we're talking almost 80 degrees tomorrow potentially?
Well, we're talking temperatures climbing into the mid-70s.
I'll take it.
May
yeah.
as well be 80. It's
There
quite
we
a bit
go.
above the average high of 70 or 61 degrees. That's normally where we should peak out. So my gosh, yeah. That will be Thursday will be the warmest day. Then it'll get breezy on Friday at low 70s, I think. We'll look for Saturday and Sunday of some breezy weather as well, and then a chance of showers by next Tuesday. So right now it's super comfortable at 67 degrees, although a bit on the breezy side. Wind out of the southwest, 14 miles per hour. We'll look for an overnight low of 48. There you go, Mark. 77 the daytime high. Some areas of the inland Northwest, though, will get up to about 80 degrees. Again, we'll look for increasing clouds overnight and again through tomorrow. Breezy over the weekend. Right now, mostly sunny on Saturday. That's a change. I had actually a chance of showers on Saturday earlier this week, so I'm liking that. 68, and then partly cloudy, a little bit cooler on Sunday. Still above average, though, with a daytime high of 65. I'll check the rest of your 7-day forecast, all coming up in just a couple of minutes.
77 sounds about perfect. Tom.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Coeur d'Alene isn't the only ultra-competitive market in the inland Northwest right now. While the Lake City was named the hottest housing market in the entire country, the Wall Street Journal also named Spokane as the 5th hottest housing market in the nation. Spokane's housing market has been hot for some time now, as we all know. In fact, earlier this month, local realtors said buyers from Seattle, Portland, and Los Angeles were driving up local housing prices. This has also led to some houses or several houses seeing multiple offers.
So in this market right now, you're seeing multiple offers, on average at least 2, and the most I personally have seen is 37. So that was a lot of offers on one house, and that house was priced under $350. And that's really our median price range, just below that.
My goodness. Local realtors have said the market is unlike anything they've seen before in Spokane, much like the case over in Coeur d'Alene. The Spokane Association of Realtors previously said the county will likely see a 1.5 to 2% population increase based off housing sales. This has also led to difficulties for buyers, of course, as houses quickly go for above asking price and the supply for homes just can't keep up with all the demand.
Well, President Joe Biden marks his 100th day in office this week. Tonight at 6 p.m., he will address Congress for the first time. It will be notably different than past presidential speeches due to the coronavirus. Only about 200 people are invited, so many members of the cabinet, Supreme Court, and Congress will not be there. The president will focus on unity and will also unveil a new $1.8 trillion policy proposal aimed at helping American families. The proposal includes 4 years of free education, 2 years of free preschool, and then 2 years of free community college. The White House says the investment will pave the way for the best educated generation in U.S. history. The president will also be promoting a $2.3 trillion infrastructure package.
This is a really bold proposal. The American Families Plan is going to ensure that kids across the country, families across the country get 4 years of additional education.
President Biden will also discuss immigration, gun safety, police reform, and the coronavirus pandemic. And for the first time, 2 women will be behind the president when he delivers his speech. Vice President Kamala Harris and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
And a quick programming note, due to President Biden's address to Congress, there will be no 6 p.m. newscast on KREM 2 tonight. There will still be a 5 p.m. newscast leading up to the president's event. We will also be back on at 10 o'clock on the CW and 11 back here on Channel 2 with big takeaways from the address, along with local news that you should know today. Again, that address will run from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on KREM 2.
Well, tonight is the spring market at the Pavilion in Riverfront Park, and at the market tonight is the second harvest. They're collecting donations for inland Northwest families. So coming up next, our Regina On is live with more details.